everyone, Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com, and I'm back with another video in my Flashcard 2.0 card series. Today I've got just a beautiful, kind of glimmery, you know I love me some bling. I've got a great Thanksgiving card. There's my Flashcard 2.0 there in the middle. I've got a really fun technique I'm going to be sharing with you today. And you know, the inspiration behind this card, I got to thinking about where I'm located. I'm so far away from family at Thanksgiving, and I don't send Thanksgiving cards, but you know, this card kind of inspired me that I really do want to let my family and my friends that can't be with me during the holidays, just let them know how thankful I am for them. And what a perfect way to do that, but by sending a card. It brightens everybody's day, right? Well, let's get started with our card today. I will begin, as I always do, with my Flashcard 2.0 pieces. Today I'm going to be using Very Vanilla and Cajun Craze as my Flashcard 2.0. Now, if you've not seen the video on flashcards and Flashcard 2.0 and the whole concept behind this, you can find that by doing a YouTube search for Connie Stewart Flashcards 2.0. You're going to see how to make this very simple template. We keep these pieces on hand, and when we need to make a card, grab 2 pieces of cardstock. That's all you're going to need. That and a card base, and you're going to be creating. So Cajun Craze and Very Vanilla. Now my card base is also in Very Vanilla. I have cut that to 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So standard card size there. All right, well, the first thing I'm going to start with is our Cajun Craze piece of cardstock. We're going to be doing some big shot work with that today, so I'm going to bring in my magnetic platform, and I'm going to be using the Thinlit set called Expressions. I love this. It comes with 3 sentiments. We've got thankful, merry, and love. Love it. It's great. And I love how delicate and thin these are. But I'm going to give you a little tip. I'm going to I've got my cutting plate on my magnetic platform. I've got my cardstock there. I'm going to take a piece of wax paper straight out of my kitchen and lay that on my cardstock with that wax paper in between. This is going to make releasing this very delicate little piece of cardstock a piece of cake. So I've got that on there. I'm going to make sure both pieces are sandwiched in between 2 cutting plates, and I'm going to run that through the Big Shot. When it comes out of the Big Shot, it's going to look like this, all right? So you can see, very delicate little cutout, but I'm all ready to go. So I'm going to set these off to the side while I keep working. And now we're going to come in and work with our card base itself. Now I've got a little work to teach you, a little technique, to teach you. And let me show you how we're going to do that. I'm going to be using the stamp set Betsy's Blossom. Yes, it's a fall card, and I think the stamp set really screams spring, but I'm going to teach you a fun way to use it just a little bit differently. And we're going to be using this great big flower here. I'm going to open up my stamp set. I need that open. And I'm going to take a baby wipe. I know many of you have seen the baby wipe technique, but hopefully I'm going to teach you a couple new things with it. Standard baby wipe, we're just going to fold it into quarters like that. I'm going to be using a Tangerine Tango ink pad as my base. Let me go ahead and open that up, and then, as I said, I'm going to be using that great big flower from Betsy's Blossoms. If you'll just ink it up and just stamp that there on your baby wipe, I'm then going to come in, I'm going to be using 2 re-inkers, Cajun Craze and Old Olive. And what we're going to do is we're just going to add some dots of this re-inker onto that baby wipe. Now, I want still some of that orange to show through, and not to worry, it will when I'm all done here. I'm then going to come in with a spritzer bottle, one of our Stampin Spritzers. I've just got plain old water in here. And we're just going to wet that so that that color can kind of bleed out just a little bit. Okay, now before I go and stamp this, I am going to take my 1-inch circle punch, and just out of some scrap paper here, I've just cut out a little, a little circle. This is nothing, right? I'm going to add just a dot of adhesive on the back, and you want to de-stickify that. We don't want it to be super sticky, just a little tacky, because it's just going to act as a mask. So, coming in now with that Tangerine Tango ink and my stamp, whoops, I just hit the edge. Okay, And we're just going to take that dot and we're going to stick it right to the middle. Oops, I didn't want to do that yet. Okay, ignore that. You didn't see that. Look away. You did not see that. Inking it up in the Tangerine Tango. I'm going to now ink it up on my baby white. And you can see I'm just going to tap a few times so I can get some good ink coverage there. Now I'm going to stick that on there. Oh, goodness. If you guys know me, I needed more coffee today. All right, I'm going to move this out of the way for a sec. I'm going to bring in my card base. Now, this is kind of dried for a little bit, so I'm going to give it a little huff. That kind of moistens up that ink, and we are just going to stamp it, give it a really good press. This is going to come out kind of light, like so. Beautiful. All right. Now, what I love is when I remove this, there's really no more ink left on here, so I could go right back into my Tangerine Tango. I don't even have to re-ink it. So now that I have that, let's do a little bit of work to this beautiful little piece of paper. I'm going to come in with my orange glitter, and this is in our holiday catalog. Whoops, I guess I need that on the outside. I am going to bring in some scrap paper so I don't have glitter going everywhere. I'm going to be using the two-way glue pen. This thing is fabulous. We're actually going to be using it on two little areas of this card. And I'm just going to start basically drawing with that pen and covering up just a few of these areas. I'm really trying to hit the ones that are very orange and just kind of fill in so I can see where I'm going to get my glitter. I'm going to put that in the light so I can see. Hopefully I've got all my little spots there. Looks good. Let's dump some glitter. Woo! I mean, isn't that gorgeous? All right, at this point, you can kind of see if you want to add some more. Honestly, I wish I could have added some more. Not a problem. I'm just going to go back in and do that. Okay, well, now that we have that done, let's go ahead and take that thankful that we cut out. I'm going to bring in some scrap paper for that too, just because I don't want glue everywhere. I'm going to use that two-way glue pen again, and I'm just going to come around and get all of the areas of my word thankful. Now, I've done some of that in advance, and so let's go ahead and stick this onto our card. And what I love is I do have a little bit of playroom here to make sure I'm really happy with it. Now, one thing I did want to give you a tip on, and that is little strays of glitter. After this is good and dry, you can just come in with just a little paintbrush or something and brush away any of that excess. So when that's dry, I'll be sure to do that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and work on our flashcard piece and our very vanilla. We're going to go ahead and bring in that little makeshift ink pad again, that baby wipe ink pad. And I'm going to go ahead and spritz it again to kind of re-moisten those colors. I'm going to take that leaf from the Betsy's Blossom and I'm going to ink it up in the Tangerine Tango. And basically, I'm going to do the exact same technique that I just did before. And we're just going to stamp that. Oh, looks like I need a little more color on there. So let me make sure I get into a little bit more of the greens. Not a big deal. All right, like so. Now, I'm going to move that out of the way, and I'm going to come in with the Old Olive ink pad. I'm going to use Celebrate Today from Perfectly Penned. Of course, if you've got any other sentiment, if you've got a Happy Thanksgiving or anything like that, we can just stamp that there in the middle. And now we're going to come in and adhere this down. Yes, that's where I messed up. It happens. All right, this is just going to go right over that area that we cut out with the Thinlit, with the Expressions Thinlit. Now I can come in with my card and let's just adhere this to the inside, just right up here at the top. Leave myself just a little bit of space there. All right. And I'm going to add just a little bow right here, and I'm going to share with you a fun technique. Now, I use the Early Espresso 1/8 inch taffeta ribbon. And what I found is that when I put it there, I want my tails of that ribbon to go right where I want it to, not where it wants to. So here's my tip. If you'll take a mini glue dot and just roll it, it kind of rolls into, actually it just rolls very easy. I'm just going to add that to my card and check it out. Now I can get those little tails, like I said, to sit where I want them to and not where it wants to. So again, little rolled piece of glue dot, add it to my card. And now I'm getting really, really happy with how my card looks. Let me go ahead and bring in my other example because I added one more little piece of the leaf down there at the bottom. And it's just a simple and beautiful card. Wouldn't that be a great one to mail to family and friends? Well, that's our card for today. Flashcard 2.0. These are so much fun. I hope you guys are still enjoying the series because I sure am having fun making them for you. Now, all the products that I used today, you can find those at simplysimplestamping.com. One little click to the online order and you're going to be stamping in no time. So be sure to check out Simply Simple Stamping for everything Stampin' Up. And I hope you guys have a terrific day and I can't wait to stamp with you again soon. Bye-bye.